question on everybody's mind is, can I take advantage of the App Store if I already purchased an app? And I guess the answer was no, and that was, one of the things. You can't update it through the store if you already own it. You won't be able to test, trial, demo beta versions of software. That was another negative, I guess. The client relationships, they will not. Yeah, okay, yeah. I don't really know a whole lot about business. Now, I know you probably are big on, you're probably big on it because you got clients and you work in the IT field. And I know Bruce Naylor, of course, as well. Of course, he does his show based around business. They're doing their Sembon 936. We're talking about the Mac App Store, pros and cons. And I could say it being hard for them to, obviously, for them to be accepted or to go into the App Store, they might have to give up on some things which they're not willing to do. But that's where the Bruce Naylor said perhaps they might make an exception on for their type of software just to get it into the App Store. I don't know. We'll see. How you doing there, Lewis? We're talking about the Mac App Store right now. Okay, another thing, it said it would be harder to get support. Okay, apps will be heavily restricted. I think that was another one. Let me see. No paid upgrades. Let me see. So actually, if you want to follow me with me on this as well, you can go to Lifehacker and you'll see that why Mac App Store sucks. So oh, okay, it's against their corporate policy. Yeah. Now, I mean, it's great for independent, third-party, software developers that make, the smaller, software. But yeah, bigger corporations and, bigger companies like, Microsoft and, I'm trying to think, Adobe and things like that. Yeah, it is going to be hard. Well, we'll see how it's going to come out, I guess. Garage. Oh, I'm sorry. At first, I thought you said garbage programmers. I'm like, oh my gosh, you said garage. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought it was funny. I was like, ooh. Yeah, I know you didn't say that. My eyes are playing tricks. I need to actually put on my reading glasses, really, probably. Garage programmers. Well, some of the stuff they make are actually pretty good. I mean, well, I don't know. It depends how independent you're talking about, like one person. If it's a smaller company, they make pretty good products like Wiretap Pro. I'm trying to think some of the, Audio Hijack Pro. There's quite a few good ones out there, but a lot of them I don't really use because they're just, so app specific that I'd probably never use it. GarageBand with different keyboards. So you can't, it looks like you can't demo the software, and that's going to be a problem because I admit I want to try it out. It's not because I want to see what it looks like or anything like that, but is it going to work with my setup? Because I don't want to buy it and for some reason it doesn't work right, or, now this is probably on the higher cost programs, we're talking about $99 and above, or even more. If you're going to spend that much money, you want to be sure that it actually works. So that's kind of a big negative right there. Let me see what else. Okay, that's as far as the cons. And let me see some of the pros on here as well, because we got to have both sides, right? Hey there, K Junior 21. We're talking about the App Mac Store, the pros and cons. I actually went over through the pros earlier, just finished. I'm going to go through some of the cons. Okay, obviously it's convenience. You can do it from one one spot. You don't have to, do a Google search to find out that specific program unless you have it bookmarked. You're able to, all the software from the store, you can update all from one program instead of, going to their website or through the program itself. Kind of the way, like I said, the iPhone was, made up as well. Well, it says, I don't know, this is what it says, a better class of apps, Well, I do admit they do screen all their apps, and make sure the quality. I guess it's what they're saying there. I'm not going to say yes or no on that. It's just whatever it is. Okay, gaming. That might be a big area for Mac. Because you do have Mac for Steam. And I do have it, and I do love it. Except they do have like third-party games, which are okay. But the major, the big major name games, it's taken a while. But I think most of the games on that one are going to be the smaller ones as well. The kind that you find like on the iPhone. It's showing here Angry Birds. I think that's very popular out there. But yeah, it's probably going to be a crossover somehow. So gaming's is always good, but they always had like the rinky-dink games, the smaller, relatively unknown, the first-person shooters and all that. That's harder to find. Now this is another good one, because of course we got like iLife. So if you want to, you can buy them individually instead of just buying everything all at once. And I think they split it down like to $15 to $20 per, instead of buying all of iLife, perhaps you just want to buy an individual app, because you're not going to use iWeb or whatever. So, now I guess that's only on the Apple software now, unless other software manufacturers are going to do the same thing. Oh, really? Does it? Smart Scarecrow? Wow. Now, I admit it, there's a few games. I didn't think I'd be addicted to them. There was a few games on the iPhone I was addicted to. I never played Angry Birds. And I wish I had my phone with me, but there's this bubble game and you can only hit it once, and then, you got to let it pop all the bubbles. I know it's stupid, but, one time I was playing it for like 2 hours. That's when my daughter was here and showed me the game. So I got to stay away from there. Yeah, some games are like that, actually, too. And talking about gaming, because even these little tiny iPhone, iPad games, they say they're free, but what some parents or children don't know, if you want to get tokens and stuff, and you have your iPhone set to automatically deduct software from your phone, it will charge. They'll click on like get more tokens for this game, and will actually deduct it from it, and then and if the child keeps on doing that, they're going to be, charged a lot of money. So, and I think that was one of the things that they mentioned on some of these games, for the iPhone or the iPad. Is that what they call it? Microtransactions? Wow, I learned a new word today. So now they got an actual word for that. Yeah. Those can be bad because they're very deceptive, and I'm wondering if they actually did that on purpose just to do that. Well, I don't know. Maybe not. Yeah, Fragger. Oh, I thought you said Frogger. Fragger. Well, they got some of the, I think it's called Second Life, but I think Second Life is getting unpopular now. A lot of people play it, but they have the whole virtual world, and I'm not going to quite go that far, well, I could see World of Warcraft or something. That's okay, but they're, some people want to live the actual, the actual life, or they get addicted to the game. So, Okay, here's another con. Let me go ahead and finish this article up. I think there's only one more. The Mac App Store is not a part of iTunes, but to me, it's almost just really an extension. Instead of music and maybe video and the other few things in the iTunes Store, it's kind of just been extended to to the actual applications. But and let me read exactly what they mean. It's probably going to take me too long, but yeah, I ain't going to go through the whole thing. But so how about you guys? Who actually uses who's got a Mac and actually tried the Mac App Store? Tell me what you think. You guys that actually have it, because